So, ladies and gentlemen, our leader Mark Golding, the integrity boss, put out a video in regards to Narra. Let's listen what he has to say, and then I'm gonna dive into more where Narra is concerned. All right, let's listen to this.
Greetings. Today I want to say something about Narra, the National Reconstruction and Resilience Authority, which was passed as legislation in both houses of Parliament a couple of weeks ago. The opposition had opposed the legislation in its current form, as we made very clear, not because we're against trying to expedite projects and national development, but because this entity is being set up, she's going to have control over the spending of billions and billions of dollars of resources. But the way in which it was being set up lacked basic norms about accountability. So the only person that the legislation contemplates expressly is a CEO who's appointed by the Prime Minister as the minister responsible for Narra, and there's no board of directors in place to provide oversight over the decisions and operations of the entity itself. This is a public body being created by statute with no public board. It's an aberration, and we think it's a major flaw in the design of this legislation, given the importance of the functions and the level of resources over which Narra will have control. It's unfortunate that the Prime Minister has recently been saying things that the entities within our society that have raised concerns about that issue and other issues, because there are other issues affecting this legislation, are somehow motivated by some adverse or malicious intent, as if they're politically motivated in pointing out the weaknesses in the legislation. The reality is that the NARA legislation is problematic in its current form and needs to be amended. A board needs to be appointed. This committee that they're seeking to establish, which they call JAMROC, is not mentioned in the legislation. The legislation doesn't even facilitate the sharing of information with JAMROC by NARA. The powers that are given to NARA and to the minister, who's the PM, to issue directions to public bodies that are responsible for regulating projects, stepping in to take over the decision-making process and vary it as the government may see fit at a given point in time, with no transparency around those decisions, no need to publish them. The reports aren't being sent to Parliament to be invigilated by a committee of the whole House, as is done for Bank of Jamaica now. These are structural flaws that should be corrected. But it's very unfortunate when you see a Prime Minister impugning motives, negative motives, to persons who are standing up as citizens of the country on a matter of grave concern and raising their voices to see improvements to the legislation. It's a red flag that something is fundamentally wrong with what is happening. And that is what I wanted to share with you today.
So you might ask, what is Mark Golding talking about? Florence, it is really real, Florence. It's really real. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. It's really real. The Jamaica Labour Party organization is an absolute disgrace. I'm not talking about partially a disgrace. I'm talking about a absolute 100% back of the class, nepotism, cronism, I mean, political, not political, economical vultures. I mean, every single negative, everything to do with holding down poor people. That is the Jamaica Labour Party. And I have no apology to give. I am speaking 100% facts based off their own actions, ladies and gentlemen. So you heard Mark Golding talk about Narra. There are some interesting things about Narra, you know, ladies and gentlemen. Some very interesting things I have to tell you. It's the connections. I read an article the other day on this platform. It has to do with the CEO. It is alleged, ladies and gentlemen, that the CEO is Andrew Wallace's cousin. Now, it is not alleged that the CEO is married to the Hensel daughter, what's she named? Justin Hensel. I have Jason Hensel that is connected to Treasure Beach, that is connected to the tourism minister, that is connected to Floyd Green, that is a part of the Treasure Beach. Then there's another brother there that is a part of the same Treasure Beach body in terms of the football team. And it's alleged that he is being molded to go up against Zulika Jess. All of the comrades then in St. Elizabeth, understand that you are in a battle for your sovereignty, for your freedom, for your land, and for your growth in any capacity where wealth is concerned. You are in a fight for your life. And Zulika Jess, God did not make any mistake that Zulika Jess was put. I mean, a big, massive shout out to Mark Golding. A huge, massive shout out to God for giving Mark Golding the wisdom to put Zulika Jess in position. God is just orchestrating, ladies and gentlemen. And we're praying for the protection of Zulika Jess because her as a lawyer and also as an MP, aka Fire Muma, is going to be a stalwart in standing up for the people of St. Elizabeth, giving her expertise in as a lawyer. Because I'm telling you, a lot of court cases is going to drop in. You understand? A lot of court cases is going to drop. When you look at the connection between the Hensels and then the CEO is married to the daughter, then hold on. He's the CEO of Narra, and Narra is putting out all of these contracts. You ever hear something called pillow talk? What would stop him outside of Andrew Honest from directing contracts towards his wife's family? And we're going to ask the question because it needs to be asked. What would stop him, ladies and gentlemen, from directing funds to his wife's family? They have clearly showed their intention of expansion, right? I want to say this to the people of Jamaica. Why are you guys so comfortable? Why are you guys so comfortable? I don't understand how you guys just sit down. You're in the belly of the beast in terms of in St. Elizabeth. When Andrew Honest went on the helicopter, Andrew Honest didn't stop in Westmoreland and he made some cacamone excuse about him couldn't find nowhere to land. But he declared St. Elizabeth ground zero. Very interesting. Very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. You understand? And this is not an argument that I formulated. I want to shout out my colleagues that are out there, the Dre Bryans, the Andre Stevens, you understand? The Wayne Lonesomes, the Anissa Bell Roses, right? And one of our newly independent ones, Ishmael, a brother of Partnership TV, you understand? For his deep diver analysis, right? And also Alvaro, big up Alvaro on TikTok. Alvaro has been on it. Alvaro has been on it, ladies and gentlemen. So I am asking the question, what in God's green earth would stop them? And as a matter of fact, they have shown intent, ladies. I want to play something for you. They have shown us clear intent that they indeed plan to do big things in St. Elizabeth and Treasure Beach. Recently, the Prime Minister was talking about moving the people from Parity because they won't be able to live there. I want to ask the question, ladies and gentlemen. If the people are not able to live at Parity, how comes they can be able to invest in that area? Yes. What is happening here? How comes they are able to invest in the area to the point where They have these big grand plans. So you guys don't have enough money where Narra is concerned to make sure that the people are stay in the positions that they are. It's not prudent for you to spend our money on us, but it's prudent for you to spend our money on some private investor for them to further their wealth, but not to protect the people of Jamaica in terms of this is where they live, right? But you see, I am upset, but at the same time I'm contented, ladies and gentlemen, because the declaration from the man of God, thus saith the Lord, is that anything they build, God is gonna mash it down. He's gonna mash it up. Anything they build, God is gonna mash it up because they are being strategic in displacing the poorer class of Jamaica so their wealthy friends and families can get rich. Thus saith the Lord. They're being strategic. Let's listen to this.
Shouldn't leave aviation before I talk about Lionel Denshaw, because I know that it is a matter of local interest. And whilst I cannot give you all the details on that today,
we are sure you can't give us all the details today, but you have it. Let's continue.
I certainly have been inspired by my conversation with Jason this morning.
I mean, Jason Hensel, you are inspired by his conversations. I wish I was a fly on the wall when they had that conversation. What did Jason do? Did Jason tell you that, hey, listen, we're all going to make some good money? Is that what Jason told you? The small group of you, listen, we're all going to make some good money. This is going to be amazing. Rubbing your fingers. I'm just asking. I wish I was a fly on the wall when they had that conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Celine, how you doing? Yes, sir. Rain is falling, cats and dogs in East Portland.
And the potential for it, and is to give me some data, which he has. And I'll definitely move that forward. And Minister Green and myself will help to channel that, because aviation is at the heart of tourism, as you know. They don't swim to Jamaica, right? And 97% of the transport of the world is by air. So aviation is critical to us. So back to the point now of how Narra is going to insert itself into the new tourism that we're talking about.
So Jason Hensel, his family owned church at Beach, St. Elizabeth. How Narra is going to insert itself. And then the husband of his sister is the CEO of Narra. What a family business. Some unknown Libra. What a family business we have uncovered, ladies and gentlemen. What a bangarang. This is a field. This is a manure. This is a area of filth that is ripe for corruption. If you should plant the seed of corruption in this field, it shall grow like a tall tree. What a bangarang. Just look at the dots. His sister married to Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson is allegedly Andrew Warner's cousin. The tourism minister of Flight Green, active in a St. Elizabeth. The people in a party being displaced and removed. And then some type of tourism development is happening. Mighty God. Ladies and gentlemen, if you realize under this government, everywhere where there's the coastline and there's beaches, they are locking it off. Locking it off all over the island. And that's not hearsay. All over the island. The amount of court cases in East Portland. See? With Daryl Vaz and his family, them have property rights. So I'm going there one time and I see him, way back in idea, pan him poach him and his wife and them. Them time them never listen to politics. Right? I went there once and I saw them. And I went to the Goat Island and everything. We see him. That was the closest I ever got to Daryl Vaz. You understand? That same area there with Blue Lagoon there? Yes. The people them now can't access it. A big problem. That's why them do him didn't want him wife win again because it's vast land. Jamaica, are you seeing the connections? All these friends of the government and family members. And where our money is going that we have to go pay back. But they voted in Parliament to not make the NHT money where we contribute mandatorily to help the people who are homeless. What a wicked, evil, bastard government. Huh? Talking about their caring government. And people come on in that, so I have no tolerance for no labor right in the comment section. It is too blatant and too clear. Them don't even care about Uno. Uno is nobody. If you not get one, well, I don't know how much them are paying if you come online, if you come chat foolishness. If you not get 100 US a week, Uno still not getting no money. These people are controlling billions and trillions of dollars towards their friends for them to stay wealthy while you get crumbs to sell out your own people and misguide them. Right? Direct them into hell for them to not own anything, only a few owning it. That's what capitalism is, you know. A few being wealthy and standing on the backs of the poor. Some of them are worse than the JLP MP them. Some of them worse than the JLP MP them. Worse. You don't have no soul. You is total sellouts. You led by money. Nobody now pay me to do this. Nobody now say, Bolo, go ahead, put this narrative out there. I look at the information and I think for myself. And I am grieving, ladies and gentlemen, to see that these people are clearly showing you their intent. And there's no outrage. Where's the independent journalists? We're on the next one too. We stay quiet. You guys don't see any problem with Henzels. I'm married to Mr. Anderson, being a close friend or a cousin of Andrew Owens. And then Andrew create Narra that give him all of these sweeping powers to challenge all and overturn all of the regulated authorities that is in Jamaica. And oh, by the way, they will not go to prison because they are indemnified. Mighty God. When is the Jamaican people going to wake up and rise up? Yo, man, I tell you, man.
Because it is creating the infrastructure that is required.
I was extremely pleased.
To insert itself into the new. So aviation is critical to us. So back to the point now of how Narra is going to insert itself into the new tourism that we're talking about. Because it is creating the infrastructure that is required.
I was extremely pleased that Minister Bartlett mentioned.
That is Jason Hensel, the brother of Justin Hensel, the wife of Anthony Anderson, CEO of Narra. And he's very pleased, ladies and gentlemen, about Minister Bartlett's support for upgrading Lionel Denton aerodrome. And where's the money coming from? Narra. Narra is supposed to be a response to give the Jamaican people resilience. Where the hell them I use our money for? We go upgrade aerodrome. And then now upgrade the people in house and give the people in my house that don't have any. My Jamaican people, make it make sense. We need justice. This is what Zulika just was talking about. We need justice. Hear them something here?
The importance of upgrading Lionel Densham.
Because it turned itself into the new tourism that we're talking about. Because it is creating the infrastructure that is required.
I was extremely pleased that Minister Bartlett mentioned the importance of upgrading Lionel Densham Airdrome. We've been operating Lionel Densham since 2010 as a private airstrip, and we are looking forward to this public-private partnership, which will see a $2.9 million investment to widen it, lengthen it, put up a new fence and a terminal building. We know that it will make a tremendous
$2.9 million investment. Meanwhile, people live on the tapali. You see, all I want to we are suffer right now, especially Labour right them, because I want to do the wrong thing what they have vote for them. You see, all I want to we are suffer right now. Me not try putting you down and rubbing salt in a wound. But me ask you, don't make a mistake again. Don't ever vote for it. You must remember these moments. Do not ever vote for the Labour at them again. Don't accept nothing from them, no water. In the greatest time I need. The drunkard them on the vote for has been absent. And what have they done? They are serving up the money that they benefit from because of Hurricane Minister. Through your suffering, through your loss, they got that money. And what are they doing with it? Giving it to their families and their friends. You must remember this moment. You must never vote for the Jamaica Labour Party ever again. And I say that without fear or favor. Uno suffer, uno know uno suffering. Uno don't want to come out and talk. And uno don't want to come on the media. Because one, some of uno afraid. And some of uno know say some of the PNP them go bash you. And use them as an example. Me not bash you. I am giving you a warning. Learn from this. Learn from this.
We've been operating Lionel Densham since 2010 as a private airstrip, and we are looking forward to this public-private partnership, which will see a $2.9 million investment to widen it, lengthen it, put up a new fence and a terminal.
It has to be 2.9 million US. 2.9 million Jamaican dollar can't do so much. So much something we might talk about. Alvaro. Hold on there. Alvaro, come on. Hold on there. Alvaro, come talk to me. Let me play this first and then you talk to me. Let me play out to your side. But that $2.9 million we might talk about, I can't Jamaican. I must be US. It has to be US.
Terminal building. We know that it will make an airstrip, and we are looking forward to this public-private partnership, which will see a $2.9 million investment to widen it, lengthen it, put up a new fence and a terminal building. We know that it will make a tremendous impact on the access to Treasure Beach. We have had consultants, aviation consultants, say that there is a tremendous return on investment for the government and for all concerned. So I really am encouraged by his support and the ministry's support.
A tremendous investment. We have Alvaro in the building. Alvaro, I know some live on YouTube too, so I'm a record. Talk to me.
Be honest. Them man in that Jamaican man.
A US.
A US man that
It have to be US. Because when I talk about widen strip and building a fence in a one bag or something, it have to be US. So that's our $2.9 million that our. 3 times 150, that almost $460 million.
But you see, things around with that. People are blindsided and not understand what this man said. In the following clip, there's another clip where Ed Bartlett say something said. The investment to them all make. The small players them start cry already because them don't see them more benefit. There's no benefit for them. Anybody know Treasure Beach here? A lot of Airbnb type of business there, but a small man them. I don't like them big boys there. Small man.
So
The small one them all cry because Ed Bartlett mentioned the 3.0 tourism plan, which will get rid of the Airbnb people.
but remember, so them tax them what they are in the budget. They put this new tax on them to Airbnb them. My
Which is
God.
which is more tax than where rest of them money pay. That's one. But if you look at it, the man said, give thanks for the investment. Flight Green and Edmund Bartlett going to make. Business people not say investment unless you confirm or they know already. That's one. But maybe do a backtrack. What's the name of that man?
Who that? Jason?
Yeah, what's his name?
Jason Henzel, man. We don't establish him is this the brother of Justin Henzel, and also she is the wife of Anthony Anderson, and he is the CEO of Narra. So it's a direct connection there. You understand?
Ask yourself now. The Flight Green and the Jamaican government plan to invest 50 million US in the Treasure Beach area, start in September, and the agreement signed already. A collab for developing Calabash and other things. Who's the president of Calabash Festival? Is Miss Enzel?
Flight Green?
No man, he's the commissioner.
Oh, president of Calabash Festival. Me don't know.
Yeah man, the commissioner wife.
Oh, is she okay.
So the people them not doing the poor people them not after their friends and their family.
Yes.
Oh, it's got big people them.
Wow.
How is it that they strike an arrangement or agreement, develop a place? If you look at BBJ News, when they show that piece of place, the place was empty.
Yes.
Or they blow it down and light down. The whole place fixed up back and people in a pool already. But now people still want to do us.
That is a good question. That is a good
How
question.
is it important now, run Treasure Beach? You fix up in hotel, but then you leave the people want to do everything.
Yes. That me not understand. The people them have to wake up. The people
Why
them
you
have to wake
understand?
up.
What area is close to Treasure Beach? Can you link it in them for you know?
Yes.
Which area premises say people have to live in a St. Elizabeth?
Now the same place where Parati man.
So if you move them around the land, they must not
And then they say go. This is what they call indirect gentrification style thing.
and you can't determine the land if you don't want the government still don't take.
Exactly, because they can do what they want to do, especially with Narra.
So you see, people have to just be informed and everything. But me not tell people, me make connection with people. Man, that's not numbers. But now they start seeing them as something different. There's more to it than that. We have more to it than that.
Yes. But more is going to be revealed, and I am certain this is going to go to the courts. Me now ask Christ.
I'll show you that thing now.
Hell and high water go run right now, me I tell you.
I'll show you say Jamaican people, maybe some of them are sick now, but they're not out there high.
Yes.
So let's see how it does go there. But let's say, Andrew, let's say, Vernon Field.
Hey y'all, please remember to hit the like button. I know y'all coming sometimes.
Yes,
and y'all forget, but the main thing, man, y'all gotta hit the like button, man, and share the live stream. Come on now.
Okay.
Stop playing. Support. The like button is free,
One that is our own army base. No, owned by Jamaica. Alright, no problem. Owned by Jamaica now. So you're developing an airport. Did the airport authority put out a bid? for tender from 2021 and nobody accept the tender, nobody take it up. We do a master plan of it. So if we're at 2026 now, how head ballot now I tell we say, you're going to build an airport there. When you put out a tender 5 years ago and nobody accepted the tender.
Mighty God.
You can't tell me that so you're going to we have a tender document and look on myself.
Yes, yes.
Put a bit date, you know. So, for you can't tell we say you build an airport makes no sense. Because one, you have 2 airports. I call it 4 airports. I'm one first. Pick a private one. Let's say if it was Kingston. Kingston, you have a money and manage the airport and you get receivable. So on a technical I know you own it right now. And it's going to be the same thing. So you creating the biggest airport Clarendon. How it will be the government? Want to get the tax money. I don't like the government to run it. But when they remember, today was the Jamaican people don't like read. We don't just call it St. John's budget speech. What you say about Vernon Field? You want it to be a private operating airport. So Edmund Bartlett come and fool the people have no about it. What's a private airport in not to do with government? The private man paying tax and then do them do. You know not to do with government.
Right.
So now you just read them from the people now be follow airport authority. You know see airport authority announce a bid, they secure money, yes. They secure budget for the tender for 2021 December. Nobody no accept the bid, so you want to tell people say you have a build airport. When you can't build 2 clinics. You can't build 2 clinics. And clinic is have a build an airport.
That is true. That is
you have a stable security plan, infrastructure, road network, highway, water, because near sea you have a security, port and land, police force, infrastructure, cyber attack. One of them is something you have got to think about the airport.
Yes.
Because airport that people can, one you have a relocation of people, because people can live near airport.
No.
All different type of things.
Yes.
So there's just one bag of thing they just tell the people them because they know sense.
But to your point, in Alvaro, in the same clip where you talk about, because you're trying to see it on YouTube, you know, on TikTok, you know. You know, say people them like crowd, like them say, what? Like, brother, we are talking about. You know, say foolish is some talk. People them laugh off him. In the same thing. You feel me?
The 28th of November 2018. My children tell them say no. There can be no airport without a master plan, you know.
Yes.
That is 2018. The master plan never did until 2021, you know.
Yes.
In the master plan, page 25, you know. It take up to 2 years see master plan complete the stages them, you know.
Oh, so there's a process. So them have 2 years. So them that our 2024 you say. So them start to do any of them the process there.
You beat nobody don't accept no tender. So when you want to tell the people about me can say that with everything I like to
Yo, I throw this.
I waste of time, so I'll be able to waste of time. I don't look at them waste of time.
Wow.
It is over airport authority website, you know. And some people can download and read, you know. Themselves, you know.
Yeah.
But they know some people don't like read, they don't tell them anything and they just come like sponge, you know.
Hold on the Alvaro. For the people on Bolo TV, that is the video of Edmund Bartlett. It's on mute, you know, but if you want to go and listen to all of the full context of what I'm talking about, them plans to Treasure Beach and all of these things on the South Coast, go and listen to it for yourself, here. It's on BOJ TV Live. Yeah, man.
I'm telling you, check this. Check the South Coast Highway plan.
Them are here, you know. The microphone, the right iPhone, so them are here on YouTube, you know.
Tell them to go check it plan if there's no airport tonight. When I'm Jonas, they will leave the plan. The South Coast Highway. No airport in that plan. So if no airport was in the plan, that means you have to come with a new plan.
Yeah.
Incorporate the airport.
Yeah.
The airport is not something you can just control like one shop or one.
No, man. Serious planning have to go on.
That is strategically aligned, you know.
Yeah.
Here's different things in plain land, if it is that. There's all necessary components to go to the airport.
Right.
So that never happened already. How you come now and tell the people? That is just election plight, future election plight. Yeah.
Continue to promise the people them when the real substance that they behind them at all.
You know, if you understand too, say that. So the budget approved and the budget is 1.4 trillion. 1.4 trillion. The government only have 1.3 trillion in revenue, expected revenue. The budget shot $103 billion. You hear government on TV and tell how they're going to raise the money?
No, they not tell you that. And that's a fact because when I listen to Rasta and I talk about that same something there. That's a fact. That's a fact.
They go by DOJ information by Ministry of Finance, but they give people them little ticking things and little sweetie. The sweet name and the industrial partner and chat about the substance of the argument. Just like how people come and tell us that. They have enough money to sustain anything we are going to Middle East.
Madness.
But no direct bars until we conserve. That makes sense to me.
Madness. Absolute madness, my general.
Or if you conserve something you can't control.
But we don't want the reaction to get too long, so we're going to move on from this. I think we have said enough. Ladies and gentlemen, you can go to Alvaro page on TikTok. That's ALVARO with a fire. Alvaro, you can't miss him. Him show the thing them. You're not on the YouTube page, brother?
You know, that's what you make, man.
Brother, you do the thing them. You need to have the YouTube page so they can see it on the screen, good brother. Because you drop information, you need to have a YouTube page. You pull it in that. Yeah, man.
But him knows not to say no. But he just tell him that I know the Jamaican people are sweet.
Yes.
You couldn't tell me that.
Yeah, man. So, I'm going to check out the brother Alvaro, ladies and gentlemen, and like and share the video, please. If you haven't done so already.